What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 17 of my Total Warhammer 3 Drycha Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, in an attack on Grand Peak, Akka the Wanderer has finished off Ungrim's faction, and is now ready to start attacking the Zifbar faction. This should really make it a lot easier for Vlad to survive, as he's been clearly having a little bit of trouble with, well, not just the dwarves, but I guess being attacked from every single direction, and we need Vlad alive. We need Vlad alive to hold on to territories while we hold on to our trees. Similarly to what's going on in my Vlad campaign. Anyway, in addition to that, Durthu has attacked the Ubersreich and razed it, or the Ubersreich and razed it, and is now moving on towards Nuln, though we'll soon want to get back to the Waterfall Palace, because we have the opportunity soon to take the Gaian Vale, as well, in fact, as soon as we can get there through the world route, so we gotta book somebody to get there, hopefully before Avalorn retakes it for themselves. I would actually, I just had a thought. We probably could ally with Avalorn, but if they have the Sword of Cain, we should probably try to take it for ourselves. I imagine that, well, I assume that Drycha can use it. What happens if we take over the Shrine of Cain as Wood Elves? Can we build the shrine? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if we manage to take the Sword of Cain from whoever's holding it, but I feel like Drycha could certainly use the thing. There's certainly something to consider. But anyway, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit as usual. Now, in terms of what we gotta do this turn, there isn't much, I believe, if there's anything at all. Let's check about buildings first, but if not, and it doesn't look like there's any important buildings to build, let's just head on to the next turn. And I guess attack Nuln. Alright. Outpost available, that is the Castle Drakenhof. Nah, we can hold off on this. There's not too much use for it right now, and you have Mortis Engines available yet? I do want Mortis Engines. Ooh, he has Black Coaches available, which are pretty damn good now, and are probably going to be good even without buffs. Certainly something to consider, but we'll consider it later. Alright, let's end the turn. Durthu will attack, not Durthu the Forgotten. I don't think anybody's forgotten Durthu. And yeah, I know that's the office name, but yeah. Nakai has ended our non-aggression pact. Well, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. And we were starting to get a relatively positive relationship with him, too. Come on, Nakai. Hopefully he doesn't attack us again. I was hoping that the jungles would be safe. If he does, we'll have to send one of our treemen down there to clear him out completely and give all his stuff to the Cathaeans. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Acolytes of the Keeper have been destroyed, which means the Gaian Vale... Wait. Damn. Okay, that's annoying. That is really annoying, because that means Avalorn is likely to retake the Gaian Vale soon. And we got an Elder Scout. Ooh, wait. What can we do, and how can we do it? Nobody's near a tree location, right? You are not near a tree. You are near Talabium. This little army here. The only lord who's near a tree right now is Colas. What we could do is we could cancel the Malevolent Treemen, and then move over to take Avalorn. This will, of course, mean that Colas can't be recruiting stuff, but it may be worth our time. In fact, can he move while recruiting? What happens if we move right now? I don't know. But we probably shouldn't, just in case it screws up his movement. Ah, man, I didn't want to cancel this, but I think we have to. On the bright side, though, the number of turns has been reduced because we don't have that debuff anymore, so at least we can get these guys back relatively quickly. Alright, well, no choice in the matter. Obviously, we weren't expecting the Avalorn thing to happen, so we gotta adapt. Now, you are going to immediately go to the Gaian Vale, teleport, and take it over before these guys do. And ooh, Tyrion's forces were actually gonna take it over. Yeah, take it for ourselves. Hopefully he doesn't immediately attack us and kill Colas here. Colas is not immortal either. And he has the Befuddlement to Mischiefs, which is what we like here. Alright, well, let's hope not. Alright, let's repair the Veil here. It's going to take 5 turns just to repair it. Don't bother was about to say don't bother collecting the income, but I guess you can collect the income. Now, this place, how are we going to heal it? If we don't ally with Avalorn, the place won't be healing. I guess we'll have to betray them then. We'll have to later on betray them to take the Sword of Cain. Alright, well, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. The Phoenix Gate, Unicorn Gate, Evershale, and Tor Sarwar are the places. Hopefully Avalorn holds them all. Alright, let's see about a bit of an alliance then.
Are always welcome.
Well, they really don't like us. A -106 for that defensive alliance, but I guess we'll do this for now, and if we have to betray them, well, I guess we won't care that much. Let's do this non-aggression pact, and just out of curiosity, how much would they want? 17k? Okay, no, it's a little bit steep. What about for military access? 963. I'm almost tempted to go for the military access first, and then the non-aggression pact second. I don't know if I'm right on that, but let's give it a try. Because this is our only at -4, so it should be much more doable when we are a little bit more friendly with these guys. They're also fighting the Shadow Legion, but, well, they will probably continue to do so. And you know what? While we're here, let's take a look at any other diplomacy that we have access to. I guess we might as well just start trading with all these stupid elves. And then, what, betray them all later? I mean, certainly a possibility. We don't have a lot of trade goods that we produce right now, unfortunately. But maybe later. Alright, Neotane, you as well. At least they're willing to give us money for it. Or wait, we give them money for... Ugh, no, not giving you 7k for that.
As you say.
I'm sure they'll all be friendly, because they'll all like us more for doing this. But if we have to invade and destroy Ulthuan, well... I don't think Drycha would lose any sleep over it. Let's see, now we have Deep Roots cleared still for 8 turns, so Colas will be able to get back to it in 4. And, wait. If Deep Roots cleared happens, and you own the Oak of Ages at the same time, does that mean that you have the, this reduces, or something that you can build here reduces World Roots time, doesn't it? I swear there was something somewhere that reduced World Roots time as well. Maybe it's not the Oak of Ages. Word save, wins the magic growth, blah 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 blah. Alright, maybe I'm misinterpreting it. Or was it a research thing? I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. We'll get there when we get there. Let's get back to actually doing stuff. Now, Durthu, the not actually forgotten. We need to put Isrostot in your army, and we probably also need to raise Nuln to the ground. So let's do that in a second. Yeah, I guess we'll get rid of one of these units of Dryades. They're all going to get replaced shortly anyway. And Isrostot, you can join up in Durthu's army. Lovely. You guys are going to hit Nuln, although... let's just see here. Maybe we should start putting points into Wonders of the Forest for Durthu, though he does now have access to his unique tree. Maybe it would be better to do that, just to get Oaken Hearts and Awaken the Woods. If nothing else, Batwarden doesn't really help us at all, at least because we're unlikely to be defending, and we're unlikely to be getting forest battles, but the armor for Treekin and Treemen is pretty good. Well, the Dryads as well. Or we could get an extra 5%, oh wait, 2% only from raising. It's not that much, but it is how we make our money. Honestly, ooh, wait, leadership +8 when laying siege or encircling. Oh, that's actually not too bad. It's just that we probably don't need it here nonetheless. You know, screw it, we're still getting Wonders of the Forest. I think Durthu won't be able to get to Home Amongst the Boughs, but honestly, he probably won't need Quartermaster or that, because frankly, all of his stuff is so cheap already, and will be cheaper. Now, let's level everybody else up. Let's get you, let's say, Earthing, so that you don't miscast, although Regrowth probably could have helped there. You can get another point in Call of the Woods, but we're going to delete you shortly, so it doesn't really matter what we get you. Waystalker, I guess you're kind of in a similar position where it doesn't really matter all that much, but we might as well get something. And do that, and then lastly, Isrostot, you do matter. unlike everybody else. So let's get you Awakening the Wood, Lifebloom, and Earthblood, the good stuff, and then we'll get other stuff afterwards. Alrighty, Durthu, head on into Nuln, and encircle it briefly. Ooh, let's also get the Banner of Eternal Flame on, let's say the Tree Man for now. Okay, yeah, we should be able to do this no problem. Let's just see about other stuff first, because there might be a better battle, as in one that isn't super easy. First of all, Drycha, you are going to move out. And we're going to immediately trade Chiang to these guys, hopefully for an alliance. Hopefully they still want it. Alright, so trade settlement, Chiang, and 19 means military alliance. Beautiful. Are you willing to join our war against anybody? For example, the... they like the Caravan of Blue Roses. But they are willing to betray them and attack them. I feel like we should do that, because if they're friendly with the Caravan, then that's not so good for us. What about Crooked Moon? Okay, no, they do not want to fight Crooked Moon. What about Poxmakers? Yes to the Poxmakers, good. More reputation. Golden Order, Crooked Moon, Reichland, what's the likelihood? Not super high. We may want to leave the Jiangxi rebels out of it, though, because we don't want them fighting on too many fronts. Not necessarily a good thing for them. Yeah, you know what, I think this is good enough. We can ignore everything else. At least for now. And we'll ask them to join wars later on, specifically against the Darklands, Orcs, and other stuff. There you go. Alrighty, beautiful. And I believe this means we can build an outpost, and Hanyu Port is their capital, yes? No. Their capital is Shangyang, which is not an option. Well, that's not nice. Alright, wait, let's take a look at their settlements. Wei Jin is belonging to the western provinces and has a garrison. It is in kind of dangerous territory, whereas Hanyu Port is in a lot safer territory, but there's barely a garrison here. And actually... Wait, what is their capital? Wait. Wait, how is Chiang their capital? Okay, now I'm confused. Wait, is Chiang their original capital? Is this where they start? It's very weird because we just gave this to them. Huh. Well, while that is strange, I guess that's great for them. Let's build the outpost at Weijin then. Outpost, Weijin, yes, construct please. Hopefully it'll be safe. Then we have to keep an eye on the northern provinces and hopefully try to get an alliance going with them. Fortunately, our reputation still rises and we will be able to achieve it eventually, just not willing to pay them for it. What if we join the war against the Blessed Dread? 6.3k, okay, well, we'll hold off on that. Honestly, if they lose a territory and we just colonize it, we can just give it to them, and then that'll fix itself, or the situation will fix itself. Ooh, also Jungles of Qian are getting there. Lovely. Also, while we're at it, just once again, how much do you want for a defensive alliance? Okay, yeah, that's not happening. At least that ain't happening for a while. Then, let's see where there are potential other battles. Drycha's moved Akka. Akka's heading to Zufbar, and he has a ways to go, but go he shall. It doesn't actually matter whether we go World Roots or not, unless we suffer attrition, in which case it does matter. Let's World Roots down here, then. And then you can heal a little bit. As long as these guys don't manage to build up a crazy amount of stuff, you should be able to take it just fine. Let's also, I guess, upgrade the Azrael Lookout at Grand Peak. We're going to be trading it to Vlad anyway, but he'll like us more if we give him a slightly more built-up province, so why not? Alrighty, that's good to me. And in fact, do we want to trade him Karakadrin and Nashrak Slayer right now? Alright, you know what? No, let's... Well, actually, we're not using these dies because there's a sacrificial grounds here. I was just thinking maybe build the dies for a little bit of trade income. But then we can't really get anything at Karakadrin. And I also feel like the orcs are going to take this place over. You know what? Let's just give all this to Vlad. I don't really see the issue. Although we might want to build something at Fallen King Mountain so that we can raise Mount Gunbad for a lot more money. But I guess that's something for Drycha, or for Akka rather, to do. We'll do this later after a little bit of fighting. Let's just make sure that nobody else can reach anybody. We can't reach Hans here. Although, maybe if we move towards him, maybe he'll attack us. Karl is there. You know what? Go into encamp stance. How close are you? Oh. Maybe go here. Ugh, I'm a little bit afraid that if we go here, Then we won't be able to reach TALA next turn, and we probably shouldn't go into ambush stance. You know what? Just go here. And let's hope they attack us, rather than Hans moving out to Kappelberg. But if he does, he does. I don't really care that much. What are you building, by the way? Okay, that looks manageable in terms of the forces that they're building, so... And I just had to make sure that that wouldn't be a concern, and I believe that's good. We probably have some buildings to build, but I think it's now time to get a fight going. So, Durthu, attack Nuln and raise it for money with your new Banner of Eternal Flame. Alrighty, Durthu marches into yet, I suppose, another siege. Now, I don't imagine this is going to be too problematic here, though that said, compared to the last siege, we've got some relatively decent units on the field here. The enemy has a number of pistoliers, handgunners, a unit of war wagons of the a rifle variety, lots of halberdiers, as well as, I think, 2 or 3 mortars on the field that they can use to hit our dryads. And with all the armor-piercing gunners the enemy has, that could even be dangerous to both Durthu, the Tree Man, and the Treekin. Though whether that'll pan out for them, I suppose we'll see. Now, obviously, Durthu and the Tree Man are going to start off by heading directly through the gate, whereas our dryads are going to go up on the walls. We can be pretty, I suppose, frivolous or whatever with the dryads here, mostly because these are the regular types of dryads, so if they die, if we lose units, it doesn't matter. We're going to delete them anyway, and even if we wanted dryads in this particular army, we just end up replacing them with the malevolent dryads. Though it is also fun watching them go up on the walls, so it's also enjoyable. I do wish that, once again, I feel like I made this comment recently in another campaign, or was it this campaign? I do wish that they had different ladders. Like, why would the dryads be building imperial ladders with purity seals on them? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, Durthu and the Treeman have broken through the gate and are backed up by our Spellsinger here, and we are going to just start smashing and mashing the enemy infantry below. Obviously, the halberdiers could be decent at killing the Treekin that are coming in, but they're not really going to do much in the numbers that they have to Durthu or his Treeman. We do have to watch out for the mortars firing overhead, though, as they will probably start dishing out damage to our dryads, so we probably will want to silence those at the least as fast as possible. Looks like the enemy's going to use or move up a unit of handgunners. I do wonder if they can fire from up here, and it looks like they can adhere to the wall here. So I do wonder if they have the firing angle. I feel like they would. Like, it feels like you should be able to snipe Durthu from down there. And getting shot in the head a few thousand times might be not so great for his health. But it looks like the enemy AI is not going to go for it. And their infantry are getting absolutely crushed outside this gate as usual. We obviously haven't separated our forces yet. Oh, look at our single little malevolent dryad in there. Or malevolent branch wraith, rather. Oh, and look at all these different color schemes. It's just great. I wish that there was a mod, and maybe there is a mod, that just sort of randomized the color schemes on various units for this particular faction. I know that there are mods that do that for various things. Like, I think there was a different Hydras mod, and maybe a different Giants mod. I'm trying to remember what was back in Total Warhammer 2. And I suppose the graphical mods, at the very least, are relatively harmless. You know, it'd be nice if this is completely unrelated, but the oil thing that the Huntsman General does, I forget what the name of the ability is, oil flat... I could have thought of that, damn it. It would be nice if that got set on fire by the Firebark Elders. I mean, they're quite literally burning, so that would be pretty cool. But I suppose that would go hand in hand with the environmental effects that aren't really present in this game, for probably balance reasons, and the fact that you'd have to program the AI to understand what the heck is happening, and it already doesn't understand what is happening without the advent of environmental hazards. I'm not even sure the AI recognizes that water slows its units down. I think it just walks through it as if it doesn't exist, even in situations where it obviously is bad for it. Anyway, we're heading up this ramp and have now split our forces, this one being led by the Tree Man, and a little bit of spell support with the Spell Singer and the Branch Wraith down there, whereas Durthu is leading the other force together with the Waystalker to try to move up this other ramp and silence those mortars. Still plenty of enemy units to kill here as the enemy tried to hold back the Tree Tide, but it's not looking so good for them. We've also gone up on top of the walls, but surprisingly the enemy did not set up a lot of units up there, and the Dryads were able to come down fairly quickly. Granted, they were taking a little bit of damage from the Empire Captains here, but now we can have our Waystalkers simply assassinate those guys with the Branch Wraiths, or rather the Dryads, distracting him. Durthu's making his way up the ramp now, though this lone Treekin looks like he's trying to get to the top first. And the mortars still bravely firing here, even though they know their doom approaches, while they're... I mean, being the artillery crew watching your infantry support just run away, I feel like the artillery crew would have been noped out there pretty fast. Especially on a mortar. If they had something like a Hellblaster volley gun or something, they could be waiting for something to come up over the ramp. I keep remembering this scene from one of the books in the Siege of Middenheim, I believe, where I think it was a Hellblaster volley gun that was trained on a gate or on a breach in the wall and just exploded a demon. Or was it a giant? I don't know, I gotta reread that book, and I would if I remembered which book I read it in. Oh well. Completely unrelated tangent once again. Well, semi-related. Topical if nothing else. Anyway, let's see how we're doing here. There's our swordsman being surrounded by Dryads, getting wrecked down here. It looks like Durthu's just about to get through to the mortars, and then up here we've also broken through the ramp and we're about to hit that enemy huntsman general as well. Should be able to hunt him down without too much trouble. Soon the enemy will not be able to stand much longer. Their infantry, there's another Awakening of the Wood, getting knocked around and killed everywhere, and the balance of power is most definitely in our favor. We've certainly lost some Dryads in here, but especially with us now seeking to replace them with more Treekin and Treemen, so that Durthu has the advantage of those. It won't matter. And it looks like these mortars at the very least are trundling their way out of here, or at least are going to try to hide behind these war wagons. But it looks like the war wagons are not up to par, at least not without more handgunners and other armor-piercing range units to knock down the Treekin here. Durthu, I believe, should have made it up the ramp, and in fact, he's going past the mortars here. I think the mortars are actually running away now. They're down here. There we go. They're all running away down here from the Dryads together with the crossbows. I guess just one unit or something remained, or just the flag? I guess just the unit banner remained. Weird, but not relevant. Kill everything. Good luck with that. I wish you much luck. It's not been going well for you so far. Durthu's pretty happy, though. There he goes. And, okay, there we go. Damn it, the camera goes up on the building and then suddenly the sound of the infantry and the clash of the units cuts out and it just feels so bizarre, I don't know what to say. Freaks me out a little bit. Silence just feels wrong when all the units are battling it out. Well, there we go. I think these should be just nearly the last of the enemy units, as we see the balance of power is about 90-ish% in our favor. Our Branch Wraith has been hunting down the enemy Huntsman General by himself, and obviously he's not good enough in melee to deal with this at all. I believe our Waystalker has also killed or otherwise chased off the enemy heroes down there, and with that, the rest of the enemy army breaks. Lovely. Lovely. We don't obviously have to chase the enemy up, but we are going to speed up and heal up a little bit. As we can see, some of our Dryads took damage. We can't do anything about those. But Durthu, having taken, I don't know, 20% damage, can certainly be healed out of it. And does anybody else need healing? Waystalker, very slight, like 5% healing. And that's about it. I guess our other non-ancient tree man, our regular tree man could have used a little bit more healing, but let's not waste the time. I'm sure we'll heal just fine, and then we're going to get out of here soon to go back to the Waterfall Palace, so we'll just heal there if we have any healing left over. There we go, not too bad. A little bit of damage due to mortar fire, and I guess most of the damage actually came from the two Empire captains. Gotta try to target them a little bit more with our hero units, but otherwise, once again, not too bad. We'll raise the plates, although honestly, 5.1k, not nearly as worth it as I thought it would be, although we did pick up a free Val's Anvil Smith, which are always nice, and another Trickster's Shard, which is also very nice. In fact, ally mission successful. Yes, so we'll need to check more ally missions before we do anything else, and in fact we have none, so it doesn't matter. We also should try... Wait, don't we have an... Yeah, we have a defensive alliance, not a military alliance with you, damn. What was I going to say? Drycha, you currently are using the Crown of Command. Let us instead give you the other Trickster's Shard. And I still haven't decided who gets the other Talisman of Preservation. Who's most likely to be leading his forces with minimal focus on anybody else? Probably Akka. Let's give it to Akka for now, though honestly he's using a Talisman of Endurance, so it's not a huge difference anyway. Well, let's give it to him for now, and then maybe we'll swap it around to Coadil or one of the other lords, depending on how we use them. But yeah, I think I like the idea of Drycha having the other Trickster Shard because she has Dampen out of the Fang of Talroth, so in combination that'll be a little bit more spell damage. I wonder if there's any other way that we could stack it as well. For example, we could get a couple War Compasses in here to increase our spell damage, though I'm kind of disinclined to not be taking advantage of the massive buffs that Drycha's army gets, so not entirely sure about that. But oh, actually, Durthu currently has the Greater Arcane Conduit Spell Mastery plus 10%, so maybe a couple War Compasses in his army wouldn't be too horrible. I certainly have to give that some thought. Just to capitalize as much as possible on that spell mastery increase. But anyway, not super important right now. What is super important right now is, first of all, we need to upgrade. Also, checking back at the Gaian Vale here, can we recruit anything? No, only via global recruitment, which is unfortunate. So I think we'll leave this as it is. Also, just to double check, we can build an exotic animal trainer, or tamer rather, and the Overgrown Temple of Isha, which is quite nice, but, well, once again, it'll be a while before the place heals up, most likely, especially as we're unlikely to be destroying this stuff, but with us allied with these guys, or once we get a defensive alliance, all of their stuff will be healing us here. And yeah, if we betray them later, we betray them later. What I was thinking was we'll get another new lord up and running. An ancient tree man with... Ooh, you have Murder of Spites. That's pretty good. You know what? Oh, I like Blight of Terrors as well, damn. Oh, that's a hard choice. The thing is, we already have a lord with Blight of Terrors, though I suppose we also have a lord with Murder of Spites. And the question is, like, you're gonna be a beast lord. And I did want an Air Force sort of leading lord. Murder of Spites means you're going to be on the ground. And yeah, we could use the Spellweaver to lead the Air Force, but I think you can't have an all-Air Force army, right? You have to have at least something on the ground, or else the game considers it no good. Stacking Blight of Terrors would also really help, because it's additional enemy leadership reduction, assuming that in such an army we get a couple Glade Captains, because they're able to have mounted aerial, or aerial mounts. That would mean stacking more debuffs on the enemy. The question is how much more. If we only get 2 of them, plus a third out of, let's say, you, Spellsinger. I'm still kind of inclined to go for the Murder of Spites for the Mortis Engine effect, even if Blight of Terrors really tempts me as well. Actually, you know what I want to see? Let's just see here. So, Great Eagles have Fear. Hawk Riders have nothing. What do Manticores have? Once again, just to prep for our Air Force army. Manticores are... They have Terror. Okay, okay. Maybe we should do a bunch of stuff. Wait, you're telling... What? Great Hawks cause fear, but Hawk Riders do not. Are Hawk Riders not riding Great Hawks? Or maybe those are smaller Hawks and thus not as terrifying? Because if they are riding Great Hawks, the idea that you're terrified of a Great Hawk by itself, but when it's a Great Hawk with an elf shooting arrows at you constantly, you're like, it's not nearly as scary. That's pretty silly. In fact, wait, what's the melee attack and defense stat? 25 and 18, as compared to 30 and 24. Okay, so maybe those are lesser Hawks of some kind. I still find it amusing, though. What about the armor values? Armor values are identical, though, which is a little bit more suspicious. So to answer my own question, I don't know. Maybe we go Blight of Terrors. Ah, damn. Well, actually, well, now that I think about it, we'll probably be getting both, but which one of these guys right now? If we go too heavy on the psychology, is that bad? Wait, I want to see something. I want to see something. And yes, this is a major decision, damn it. I'm gonna take the extra minute to figure this out. You have Blight of Terrors, don't you? Or Murder of Spites? Yeah, you have Murder of Spites, so we already do have a Lord that does have it. And granted, Tala has the Murder of Spites, and Akka has the Blight of Terrors, so we have one of each right now. So honestly, that didn't help. You know what, screw it. I think we're gonna go with a Blight of Terrors. We'll keep Murder of Spites on the one on the ground, I think. I mean, this guy's always gonna be on the ground, but our second Beast Army. Especially if we directly trade... No, but then again... Nah, you know what? Screw it. Blight of Terrors. Blight of Terrors. I give up. It's gonna take too long. Now, the reason that we want to recruit you right now, after wasting all that time, is to start recruiting Malevolent Treemen for Durthu. There we go. And this will take 4 turns, this will take 2, so we'll wait a little bit, and then we'll start recruiting these guys as well. It would also be a lot faster to recruit them from here, but once again, we're going to be doing this relatively slowly anyway. And then after this guy's done with this, we can recruit elves, and we can recruit flying units out of Paravon, and then send them wherever they need to be sent. Okay, that decision's been made. Let's build what we need to build, and let's end the turn, and then stop wasting time, damn it. Haunted Forest, yes. Definitely get that Arbiter's Perch. And hope that you don't get attacked. I'm not seeing any Nurgle armies here, or at least no signs of Nurgle armies, but there's a very good chance that there's probably an army nearby. We shall see shortly. Building upgrade available, skip outpost, skip end turn. Let's go. I hope I did not forget anything. And Durthu can't move because he raised stuff. I guess we're about to attack Zufbar. I'd actually really like to get a battle oh right, I was about to say I'd really like to get a battle that is a field battle, or rather than a settlement battle, and well, if it isn't Emperor Karl Franz to oblige us. So here we go, we're gonna fight this cinematically, and hopefully it'll be fun. Alrighty, here we go, facing off against Karl Franz again. It looks like Tala here has has gotten himself a little bit of a rivalry with the Emperor here. Perhaps this will mean we should maybe send TALA out to take out Altdorf later on. I mean, especially considering how many times he's now fought the forces of the Empire, as well as Karl Franz personally himself. Speaking of Karl Franz, he immediately starts off by heading directly for TALA for a duel. He's not on Deathclaw though, so it's going to be a lot more problematic for him to deal with an ancient tree man like this. Though I think in terms of stats, let's see, 54-52, whereas Karl is at 75-55, so he is on the face of it a little bit better, but a lot less HP. He's also poisoned now, and is also surrounded by dryads, malevolent dryads, so we shall see. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty simple battle with straight up regular battle lines. Oh, I missed field battles. Field battles just seem more fun than sieges, especially. It should definitely be a higher ratio of field battles, which is, I suppose, one of the reasons why the devs listened and decided to do the thing where the minor settlements don't have as much of those pseudo sieges anymore. But anyway, proper battle lines. Looks like some Empire Knights are going to try to charge directly into our flanks here, but the tree men will at the very least partly stop the charge, and the dryads should be fine. Spiders working together with dryads, and this is yet another one of the reasons I'm kind of disinclined to remove spiders from these armies. It just feels like they belong here, you know? Thematically, the malevolent dryads work really well with the spiders. Even if it would probably be better to just replace the spiders with the poison aspect once we get it on either dryads or treekin. Nonetheless, they look nice. Plus, I guess they can chase even if they're not super effective at it. Alrighty, loving this battle so far. Pretty simple. Once again, we just collided with the enemy, though I guess some interesting stuff is going on over on this side. The Knights of the Panther are getting attacked by our Manticore and our Bears, and promptly very, very badly mauled, especially in the case of the Bears. Looks like they're going to come back, but they're down to a third of their units, and our Bears are more or less fine here, and the Manticore can once again blunt their charge, should it desire to do so. Otherwise, it looks like the balance of power is about, I want to say, 70% in our favor. Karl has either already been defeated or he's coming back. He wavered, he routed, and now he's rallied. But if he wants to fight TALA again, I don't think it's gonna work out so well for him, especially as TALA's relatively unharmed so far. There we go. Otherwise, we just continue doing what we're doing, slowly making our way through the enemy piles of infantry, though the enemy reinforcements will be on the field in a mere 10 seconds. Our 2 units of giant wolves are still working in the background. One's chasing these Empire Knights here a little bit uncomfortably close to the reinforcements that are arriving, and the other one was chasing some units of crossbows after forcing the Outriders to rout, though it looks like the Outriders have come back as well, and just like Karl. I suppose seeing their Emperor go back into the fight severely wounded might have rallied them. Alrighty, and it looks like Karl has landed pretty much as far as he possibly could away from TALA. TALA's gonna take a while to get there. Oh no, never mind. He's come back to fight TALA again. Okay, he was going that way first. But, well, this is going to be a problem for him again. Or is it? We can't actually catch him, unfortunately. Unless he gets stuck on some units. And it looks like he might. The giant wolves have now surrounded him, and TALA is in. The treekin are moving in as well, abandoning their chase of other units to bring him down so we don't have to deal with him anymore. Good on him for coming back, though, rather than staying on the other flank. And I do believe he should be brought down shortly. Not a crazy amount of armor piercing in here, but it should be enough, especially with how hurt he is. If TALA can get a single hit in, I'm sure Karl will go down. 82 HP, so really one hit. I'd like to see the hit, though. If the game allows it, come on. You're right there, man. Swing. And no miss. Beautiful. Well done. The enemy lord is down, but now we are going to have to deal with the reinforcements. The balance of power has slightly shifted in their favor a little bit, but I don't think that this reinforcement army is big enough to be any kind of concern. The enemy Empire Knights did catch our wolves, though, and are a little bit problematic. We're going to try to move most of our units actually away as far as possible from the edge of the map so that we can chase Karl's army down and kill everything here before properly routing the second army. If they close closer to the center of the field, then we've got more time to both chase these guys and then chase those guys as well afterwards, and then hopefully auto-resolve the actual settlement after we're done here. TALA wants Talabheim. It was secretly named after Tala and not Tal all along. Alrighty, well, I believe we're just doing a little bit of chasing now, so let's just speed it up a teensy bit for a few seconds as we move back into the fray, and there we go. Now the enemy army approaches, and we're going to counter it by once again walling up with our Treekin. We're going to blunt the enemy's charge and are not going to take a lot of damage. The Manticore joins them for some fun as well. I guess we could watch the Manticore do some stuff, since this is our only Manticore until we get our Air Force up and running. Although we might still field a few more Manticores in a beast army that isn't the Air Force army. Alrighty, well, it looks like the Knights don't want any more part of that. They are regular Empire Knights after all. They don't have too much staying power. Looks like the enemy has brought an Arch-Elector as their second lord, and they are going to be trying to focus Tala down with their crossbows. Unfortunately, with only, 3 crossbows firing on him at once, that's just not going to be enough, and he should be able to heal himself through it, even with all of them firing at him. We're also going to start moving around this little enemy army on the flanks, while a few of our units will continue to chase down the remnants of Karl's forces. I did not mean to speed that up. There we go. Brave Arch-Elector completely surrounded by Treekin. Or Treekin and Treemen, I suppose, because Tal is right behind him, and there we go. This guy is going to be out of here real quick at this rate, just like Karl. Though I suppose this guy, being a smaller model, will probably be more difficult to hit, if anything else. Though on the other hand, he's going to be a lot slower than Karl and is not going to be able to get away. Otherwise, our Dryads and our Treekin have moved deeper into the enemy formation and have by and large engaged most of the enemy infantry and a couple of the enemy archers, and that looks like that's more than enough for the secondary force to rout. Most of them are in fact at full HP, or certainly above half in every single case, but I suppose that army losses was sufficient for them to realize that they had no chance here. Lovely. And the Arch-Elector will go down here, I'm sure. I guess we're going to speed it up again while we give chase to more units, and there's a lot of units to chase down here. But fortunately, this army has a decent amount of stuff, and Dryads move at, 39 speed versus the 31 of the regular infantry, so then they can help out with catching them as well. Once again, one of the nice things about fighting Imperial forces. There we go. When basically our entire army can chase them down. I think with the exception of Treekin. Treekin only move at 31, so roughly identical to that of a standard infantry speed, but when the enemy gets slowed down by the Dryads or by wolves or whatever, then the Treekin can continue to chase. Anyway, apparently a close victory, and I suppose we did take some damage on our Dryads and our Spiders and one of our units of giant wolves, but otherwise I don't see that being particularly problematic, A, and B, I do believe we've destroyed pretty much all of both of these armies here, so we should be more or less good. There we go, very, very nice. Gotta thank Karl for giving us exactly what we want for Tala and his Dryad army. Though I guess we want a few more Dryads in here because that's gonna be Tala's thing. Now, we are probably gonna want to heal up as we still want to take Talabheim itself. Or at the very least, raise it in a few seconds. Oh, it looks like no Caravan of Blue Roses are moving down to the Haunted Forest here, which is perfect. Enchantress, what you want. You want a military access. Sure. Although, I do have to wonder. No, you know what? We're gonna hold off. We already have a trade agreement. We're gonna hold off on this for now. The problem is the Enchantress is allied with all of those other Wood Elf factions, and when we inevitably declare war on them all, then that might be an issue. Imperial Wardens, you want military access? I don't see why not. Sure.
Agreed.
And we'll go for a defensive alliance with you later on. All of you better protect our tree. Alrighty, Ally begins outpost construction. Swell for Ally, another royal standard bearer. West Vissenland and Golden Order just got confederated. I guess they really didn't like losing Nuln there. We are just a little bit too far away from Dotternbach here, unfortunately. Forest Encounter is up and running for... Oh no, is this an actual army? Colas can't fight it. That's annoying. Let's see, a threat has been identified, eh? Okay, well... I guess there is a way that he can fight it, and it's by getting a few forest spirits in here. We have military access with these guys. Oh, now I'm just glad that we went for military access and not other stuff, though I'm still eyeing that Shrine of Cain. Though I suppose Avalorn could lose it by losing a fight for it once it's drawn. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Or we'll acquire it by betrayal, because Drycha wants that thing. And, oh, well, if it isn't Skarsnik himself. That's a little bit of an issue for us, as we are not nearby, but I think once we take Zufbar with Akka next turn, we simply head out here. I suppose we could, I guess now this is a good time to trade all this to Vlad, because we're not using it, and Skarsnik's about to take it anyway. We'll take Mount Gunbad, or at least we'll raise Mount Gunbad, but I think we're going to have to do that next time, because we're out of time. So I'm going to call the episode here. Zufbar shall fall next time, and then Akka will then move outward to fight Skarsnik. We'll trade Vlad some stuff, and I think now is going to be the time, after destroying Talabayim, to send Tala down south to help Vlad out and take stuff. I'd actually really love it if we could get the moot, but it looks like he's going to retake it for himself. I don't know whether we can build anything at the moot, but just in case we can. And once again, just to echo my Vlad campaign, because Drycha had the moot in that one, and just refused to trade it to us for basically anything, so I'm very interested in the place because of that, if nothing else. Anyway, more fights to come, more armies being built now, and Durthus will be pretty interesting once it has all those trees and stuff, plus a Dare Talk will begin the recruitment of the Error Force army shortly, and we'll be trading some elves, I guess, with Colas when he comes back through the world routes in 3 turns. So stay tuned for all that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.